You guys, it's Mary. We invite you to like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment.
Down below this day, we are going to be reviewing 90 Day Fiance, you guys. I know a lot of you guys have already been asking about the review and everything, so we are here doing it. Yeah. We're going to start with Kim and Usman. She is meeting the mom, but first she has decided she's going to go and buy a cow. Yeah. Which I thought was very interesting.
And they said it was a bribe.
He believes it was the highest form of bribery.
I think the sister said that, or was it?
No, it was the brother. It was the brother, because they were there or whatever, stuff like that. And they said that his other wife had brought a sheep or a goat before. Right. So Kim goes and she buys a cow. Right. And my thing is, I felt like Usman, deep down, you know your culture. Mm-hmm. You have not been living in America. You live in Africa. You are an African artist. Yeah. Okay, you know what will be a bribery. You know what that other white woman did for you when she was trying to marry you and all this stuff or whatever. So I felt like he kind of set her up. And I know you say that you don't.
I didn't think so.
I thought he did, because the thing is, he was like this. Once again, hiding from confrontation, said nothing. You know what I'm saying? Let her sink.
But remember what the mom said. She said, this guy is young. That's what she was saying about Usman. He's doing things almost as though he has forgotten about his culture. He may have thought, hey, the last one bought smaller animals. You're having the big one, the big cow. You know what I'm saying? And yes, does it sweeten the deal a little bit? But what's wrong with that if she came with a cow? Although I think
it's bribery. You're trying to buy my child.
Do that when you are getting married. Like when you guys are getting married, you guys can, do the cow and all that stuff. But
isn't it usually the men who give gifts for the women?
Yes, it is.
So it's just backward. Yeah. It's just very odd, Kimberly. You don't go there and buy a cow to go and ask to be engaged to somebody who's much younger than you. Yeah. I know you have to do this whole thing backwards, but this is the African culture. We're kind of traditional, straightforward people. Yeah. In every sense of the word. Yeah. So I just felt like that was a bad move. And she was there drowning, trying to say, can she speak? Usman said nothing as they zoomed into his face.
Which meant, Kim, that if he say nothing,
it's time for you to shut up as well.
They will not listen to you, even if you speak loud.
Yeah.
So,
no.
Yeah, because it's not the culture for you to, overspeak
the man.
It's supposed to be Usman who should have been talking, which he did not.
He said nothing.
He just covered his face
and wanted to hide and die in the corner. That's what it looks like.
And I mean, the mom was smiling about the cow, but maybe she was smiling like, yeah, coming to bribe me again. I don't know, because she seemed to be smiling, and that brother was not playing.
Not at all. Then the sister was like, God free us from this woman, which I thought was hilarious. Oh my but also it was very painful to watch.
It was very painful to watch, especially when they're saying all this in front of your face. You just want to crawl, dig this hole really deep and just go there and cover yourself. Yeah. Until it's over,
Yeah, man.
So I guess they're not going to approve it. And in the preview we see that they don't want her to be the first wife. Yeah. So they want him to marry a Nigerian woman and give her that status symbol, I think. Yeah. And let Kim be the second wife. I don't think Kim, you better not go for that. I just feel like Kim, I don't know if this relationship is going to work. And that Usman is there saying he has, in the preview, did he say he has all these women and she's the one who's going to suffer?
Yeah, because basically what happened was, he said we can't get married or whatever, stuff like that and everything. And basically the mama said, no, she cannot be the first wife. She has to be the second wife or whatever.
And Kim was upset.
And they were arguing or whatever, stuff like that and everything. He said, you think I'm going to regret anything if you go? I have my DMs are filled with rich, young, and beautiful women. I don't need you.
Yikes. I mean,
he's getting so bold though. But she has put him on this pedestal. Like he's this grand prize.
Soldier boy.
It just is quite shameful. But Kim was crying by herself, and it does not look like he went to go comfort her. No. My DMs are filled with young, rich, beautiful women. Papa God.
He does not need you. Who will suffer more, me or you? Yikes. Kim,
so this is how you would have been thinking throughout the whole marriage about you.
Just go and find yourself
a nice old man and just settle down.
American man, right, who's older than you, who will be so happy to be going with a 50-year-old. Maybe find someone who's in their 60s or 70s, who will be so happy to be with you that you're 50 You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And probably will be there doing for you instead of you doing for him.
Yeah.
That's what you need. Find an American man, and that's what you need to do, girl.
But let's talk about Ed and Liz. They are quite vicious with one another. It was like painfully horrific and hilarious to watch. I'm sorry.
Just low blow after low blow. I mean, from the calling her dumb,
small weenie,
you're, I don't know, ugly and fat.
And then she said, "You're not that attractive." Like, but that's what I loved about you. I mean, but I feel like that.
I think she was just ready to, because I think maybe he's been doing this behind the scenes. And so she has just decided, I am going to demolish you.
I'm going to go there.
In public with a camera rolling. And I don't think you come back from that. I really don't. No. Men hold grudges. They have memories like an elephant.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you come back from that. This is why I feel like he has broken up with her so many times. Maybe she has been saying these things to him. You know what I'm saying? You don't come back from that, Liz. This man will never forgive you. He is going to really be doing some crazy stuff. The other thing I thought, when he kept on ask her if she's a lesbian, he knows this girl is not a lesbian.
And then he was just lying, like just saying vicious lies, like saying that lying. I know for a fact you have men and women. The way she said she's not attracted to women, I know. She ain't messing with no woman.
No, but you know what? Ed is trying to groom her to have threesomes.
But the thing is, you know what it is? And it's not because I'm sure he wants it, but also I'm sure what he wants to do, he wants to break her down. Because she also said, which I thought was a red flag, that she would do anything for him. Look at him! He looks like Humpty Dumpty that fell off the wall. I just don't even know, what you're doing, Liz. And I'm sure every time that he makes her feel dumb, she feels like that herself. Because she's like, why am I with this Humpty Dumpty looking mother effer? Yeah. And I've been broken up with him 9 different times. Like, what the hell am I doing?
Humpty Dumpty can be a caricature for him. Actually, I do believe that. I know what I just thought was Humpty Dumpty. I said, it's so true. He does actually seem like Humpty Dumpty. Oh my goodness.
And then he has a back tattoo as if that makes him look any better.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I mean, I just feel like
that was,
you all should not be together. But I think that this man, he wants to have threesomes with her, and then
but to break her though, because
he will tell her that I could see you're a lesbian because you were doing this more, blah blah blah, and all that stuff. He will, and then he'll continue to say, how can I marry someone who does threesomes? I think that's what this guy is trying to do. I think this is. He has not forgiven her for all the stuff that she's done. I'm telling you, he is going to strive to break her. Liz, get out of that. Go find your children who we never see.
Yeah.
You are there in this house with Ed.
The children that you never see.
He can pick you up. Well, obviously she doesn't live with the kids, right? Go find your children. Go be a mother to them. Just focus on yourself. Try to get your self-esteem back. Because how you can be with someone who's nothing to look at, also has a small weenie, but also is horrible. Some of the things he does are just horrible. We saw that how he treated that other girl from Philippines.
Yeah.
How awful he was.
She needs to know that her breath smells.
I mean, and you wonder about him. Like, as fat as you are, I'm sure you lift up some of those folds. I don't even know what kind of smell that will be. And it seems to me, he always looks oily and greasy to me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even, it's just, the whole thing is too much. The whole thing is it's really too much. And I am sure, Liz, you're helping to probably clean him well and stuff. Because of the way he's built, he doesn't have a lot of movement.
I don't even want to go into it because I don't want to vomit the bagels I just ate.
So I mean, we already saw that she was carrying something because of his bad back. I am sure when she's in the house, she has to do she's in this caregiving role with him. I'm sure.
And remember,
have to help to wash him and all this stuff.
And remember, his mom used to shave his back. I know. So God forbid she has to do that. So
now she's doing all of those kinds of things. You are getting much less than he is receiving from this relationship. And so he has to put you down for you to stay, for you to think like you're a nobody. Liz, you're not bad looking at all. Like, just, and the way you guys talk to each other, like you said, it is horrific. It is absolutely horrific. It really, really is. That's all I can say. It's just horrific.
Yeah, but apparently she thinks that he's cheating on her because he does not come to cuddle with her or go to bed with her at all.
Yeah, we see that in the next episode.
No, that was this episode because I wrote it down. Oh, okay. After he wrote down, "Shut up, I can be a B, ITCH."
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, and then of course, oh my gosh, she went and she said that I've been teaching you how to kiss and you're 59.
You see? I mean, the blows are low. The blows are actually low. The blows are low. These are some low blows.
It's lower than hell.
These are some really low blows. I mean, you guys get in the comments. I don't know if, but these are some low blows. You know what?
And then he even said I don't want somebody like you, Liz. I want somebody who has her shit together.
I'm telling you, like, I have been, most of you guys, I am divorced, right? But even in the worst of times, like, there are just certain things I will never say. I will never go low like that. You know what I'm saying?
How low can you go?
No, it's not a song. Like, there's just certain things. There's a boundary. There's a boundary that I wouldn't cross. And when someone, you have been with and stuff like that crosses those boundaries, it just feels really bad. It feels really bad. I mean, I've had, in my relationship, the other party crossing those boundaries. And I'm sorry, you cannot come back. You certainly can't come back with me with those kinds of things. You just can't come back from that. I think it will always affect the person.
Yeah.
The person will always remember that.
I feel like that's how you really feel.
It's like even if you forgive, you never forget. And I think that it breaks the relationship.
For sure.
And all these things that they have done to each other and have said to each other, that's why we can see the relationship being really broken. But anyway, moving on to Bilal and...
Hold on, wait. But yes, he said that he is done because she has put the $13,000 ring in the bush. You think,
put it on the producer's
Do you mean 1,300, Ed?
That's what I think. Because that ring I got was no $13,000 ring.
Just go away.
We need to see the receipts from the store. Like, we need to go to the store and let them tell us that was a $13,000. That's the only time I'm going to believe Ed bought Liz, a woman who he disparages so much. He bought her a $30,000 ring. I don't believe Ed did that. And people think that when someone is wealthy, that they will spend money on you. Some of the most what do you call them? Selfish, like non-generous people have been people who have money that I know. They can really hold on to stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see him buying no $30,000 ring for no Liz.
Not at all. You broken up with this woman 9 times,
and you bought her. I don't believe you.
Not at all.
Yeah.
But that was a mess, you guys. Yeah. But let's go ahead and talk about Libby and Andre very quickly.
Oh yeah.
They went to the interview or whatever and stuff like that. Apparently, it was quite contentious. He did not get his permanent green card or whatever.
Yeah.
But he was basically telling her, "Shut the f up! Don't say nothing! Don't you dare say nothing."
I think he didn't want them to say stuff on camera.
Yeah, that's what I believe. But also, I feel like
on camera and Liz, it's like she tries really hard to stand up to Andre. Yeah, Libby. And but I think at some point, sometimes she just gets to a point where she gets tired and then she'll.
It's so exhausting. Like, how many times can you yell over this man who curses like a sailor, who is yelling at the top of his lungs?
I am sorry.
Like, as a woman, Libby, I would get exhausted.
I can't be in that kind of relationship when the guy is so
disrespectful. And he even said F. He said F your family. I don't give a damn about them.
Yeah. Like he cannot control
his mouth.
The mouth. And you have a daughter. Like, she is going to get with someone just like the father, who will even probably be worse if you don't leave that relationship for real. Like, probably. I mean, and Libby, if that man go back to Moldova, look at it as a blessing in disguise. Let him go by himself. Tell him, oh yes, okay, well you go because you have to leave whatever. I will work it out with my dad that I have to stay for some whatever reason.
Yeah.
Or make sure that she has to complete school or whatever. And anyhow, your daughter is an American citizen, so he can't go and take her while he's being deported. If I were you, Lizzie, I will use this as a new beginning.
Yeah.
I will not go with him.
Yeah.
I will. I wouldn't
and
say
then
that
he was
to him.
blaming her because she got one question wrong or whatever and stuff like that and everything and stuff. I don't know. It was just too much, and I just felt like he was just so disrespectful.
He has been disrespectful almost from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And he is getting worse. Every time I see this man, he seems to be getting worse to me.
Yeah.
You guys are not. He's not even around your family, but he hasn't gotten better. He's not around your family, which was the problem, right? Which, yes, they are a problem. But that's not for him to say, because it's not his family. You can't have a spouse speaking badly about your family. That's why I tell women, when you're with a man, okay, try your best not to talk about your family issues, your family dynamics. Don't put down your family.
Yeah.
Because he's going to listen. He's going to comfort you. But anytime something happens, he's going to curse them. He's going to say, I can see why you're like this. You even told me that this is how you were raised. You know? That you told me your brother did X, Y, Z. So I can see. He will use what you told him to insult you.
Facts.
You have issues with your family, go see a therapist. Have someone you go see to talk about it. It's not for your husband's ears. It really isn't. It's not. And that goes with your past, all the stuff, whatever. When a guy comes and starts talking to you about your past and he wants to know all the story and, how was your last relationship and what happened, it's not for him to know. You just say,
none of your damn business.
Yeah, but you don't say that. You could just say,
well, in your mind.
I don't say what this guy, what was his name? Alonzo Mourning. He played for the Miami Heat in the NBA. Anyway, someone was talking about, because he finally won the championship. I think it was in 2006, the 2006 championship. And he was either 2006, I do believe. And he was saying, they said, well, you finally won. How does it feel? Because, in the past, and he was like, I don't concentrate on the past. The past is the past. I don't talk about the past. I don't dwell on the past. And that's what you just tell your new person. I really don't dwell on the past, But what I will say is that, we broke up in a good way, The relationship has just reached its course. And I think we were better friends than whatever. Yeah. He's a decent person. That's how you say it, and you leave it at that, even if it's not true. Or you tell the person, I don't really talk about past or stuff like that. I don't really focus on that. This is like you and me. And please don't go ask him about his past. Because what do you want to know that for?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I want to know stuff that happened before I was there. Ain't none of my damn business.
No. But a lot of men, when they're trying to get that information, is to use against you later, or it's for them to know how much they do for you or how little. So if that guy you were with before was not giving you shit or doing anything for you,
I'll give you shit on the Sunday.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it usually, maybe a few times a year.
Yeah.
And then if you complain, I don't know why you're complaining.
Your ex did nothing for you.
He did nothing for you, and I'm here trying to be here for you and be a hero. Did I not give you this once in April, and we're now in December? So remember, women.
Yeah, buddy. But yes, let's talk
about. Anyway, the next person.
Angela and Michael. Apparently she has no more fight left. Renee really wants her to see this thing through, so she's not going home saying what ifs, because she's already in Nigeria. Yeah, you haven't seen him in 2 years. You might as well just get everything out in the open. Yeah. So she decides to go. She decides to go put her breast up, put on her little fake ponytail, and go see Michael.
And she says she's just going to listen.
That lasted.
Just going to listen.
That didn't even happen for 1.2 seconds.
It did not.
It didn't even happen.
She yelled, called him an MFer, and walked out.
No.
I mean, like, I was just like, okay.
Oh my God.
Because Angela, I was right there with Renee. I was like, yes, Angela, go see him that last time. I mean, you guys loved each other. And I really felt like Michael really loved her. That's what I felt. I felt like both of them, really liked each other.
My thing is, he's an African man. The way that men are treated here is much different from how it is in the West. You know what I'm saying, or whatever? Mm-hmm. So I just feel like it's on a different level. And even an American would have been done with you, Angela, a long time ago.
You're not calling it American.
You're not calling me an MFer. You're not here telling me to delete my social media. Yeah. You're not here calling me a B. You're not here telling me that, you need to do this, like talking to me like I'm some peasant. You know what I'm saying? Like, Angela, you're just so out of pocket. Like, I'm sorry. It's hard to love somebody who's like that. Like, you might be a fighter and all this shit, but control your damn mouth. He's a human being. Yeah. He's actually a human being, just like you. Yeah. If you wouldn't want him doing that, then don't do it to him. Yeah. He loved me more than a car. Did you see how he loved me more than a car? It's hard as shit to get money here in Africa sometimes. Yeah. So a car is very important. Yeah. But you want to come and destroy my property because I have decided not to delete my social media, which I'm trying to get money from. You is high on drugs. Yeah. Take yourself back to where you came from.
An American delete your Instagram.
They'll laugh at you. They'll laugh at you in your face.
They will laugh. They'll hold their tummy.
And they'll probably go make a TikTok about how you went and told
my girl told me to delete my Instagram. They'll do all kinds of things for that, and they will be dying with laughter.
And they probably will go viral. The people will be debating you about it. Like, girl, you are dumb. Why would he delete it? Like, everybody has social media.
I know.
Crazy.
Maybe she thinks that he comes from the village. What does he need with Instagram? He comes from the village. She's already sending him money like a little birdie every I don't know, month or every 2 weeks, and she's told him not to work, to be at home, so he's not with any women. So he doesn't need to do anything in Africa. All he needs to do is sit down like Tweedledee and Tweedledum and just twiddle his fingers and do nothing at all. A whole African man. You think he's going to do that? No.
I mean, the fact that he's been even doing that for as long as he has, he's very much out of his element.
I know.
Like, I get up in the morning. People are up here awake at 3 a.m. Sometimes 4 a.m. I'm getting up at 8 o'clock. People outside here watering their stuff. They're plowing the land. They're here getting busy. We live next to somebody who has a car garage. Like, people are busy early in the morning here. Like, people work here. The men work. The women work. So for him to be sitting down there on his rear end at home is very much out of his nature. He's not even feeling like a man.
Children work. You see them early in the morning, 6 o'clock. They are walking to school. They don't look to be more than 3 or 4.
Kids walk by themselves here, which is so awesome because you don't have to worry about any pedophile or some rapist. It's just because that's not the mentality here. You know what I'm saying? But it's just different. So, Angela, you already had this man completely out of his manhood. Completely. And then you want to go and curse him out and put him down and all this other stuff. Yeah. So, you can't really... this was never going to work. You have not made him feel like a man. You have been the man for both of you. You've been more than enough man for the two of you.
She hasn't even been the man. She hasn't. Because a man is someone that provides, that protects.
She's providing.
Well, not really. Okay, you're providing money, but are you providing that emotional support? You know what I'm saying? Which he needs from.
Well, she's not being a man. She's not being a woman. I don't know what she's being.
You're certainly not protecting him. Look at how you throw cake in his face. All kinds of things. Call him all the names in the book. Some names that probably he never heard until you. Yeah. And so now he calls you those names.
And then you go and show your breast to his aunt.
Oh yeah, I can't. Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that.
Just so disrespectful. Yeah. It's bad enough you do it to me, but now you do it to my family. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Why can't we keep this shit in house? If I'm getting abused, keep it in house. Don't tell my family. And then you showing them how you talk to me.
Don't even keep it in house. It's too much. Just the disrespect.
She got up, walked away, which I believe that she really wanted him to follow her. That's what I think she did, because that in the preview, you see he's sitting down there like a dodo bird, still talking to her.
I know.
I'm like, when is this abusive relationship going to end? I just need to know.
I know. It's too much, man.
Anyway. Shahida and Bilal. She's nervous about the results. Apparently, she does have very low ovarian retention or whatever.
Well, they said she has. When I calculated it, it seems as though she has 25,000 eggs left. So he says for the next 6 months, really,
they need to try.
And then because every month, that number is going to dwindle. Apparently, women are born with 1 million eggs. Isn't that amazing? And the fact that we don't have that many children, a lot
I'm sure a lot of them die. Not die off, but they're just not
used.
Yeah, because it's like all these little sperms are trying to get to the little egg.
Yeah, because every period, I guess.
That's a lot of damn eggs.
Yeah, every period, I guess we do lose, the egg that wasn't like, the sperm didn't find a home without egg or something. So yeah.
How beautiful is womanhood? It's really something.
It's so amazing.
It's really
like how the body works and stuff like that.
The fact that God chose us to be creators with Him in this thing called life.
Yeah,
I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, that's very sad.
Do you think he's about to start? He's still saying, even with all of that, he still says, there's so much more to having a child and stuff like that.
You should not have wasted your time, Shahida.
You never should have just been with, Bilal, you really should have gone for a woman who was already in her maybe 40s or 50s. He was done.
Well, he probably couldn't find that.
But no, you didn't want to do that.
He couldn't find a woman.
Younger woman.
He wanted to find someone who was younger.
Yeah.
He wanted to find somebody who was lighter than his wife.
Oh, yeah.
And then he had to find somebody who was also limber.
Oh, limber, yeah.
Yeah. So...
with the yoga that she does. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was very odd when they had the nikah, right? But then they were talking about how they weren't married. You guys are married in the sight of Allah. You guys are both Muslim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I felt like the fact that he went and did that real quickly, but then he's still trying to decide, well, should I marry her legally? Like, just all that back and forth was very odd. Yeah, you guys are already married. That's the marriage that actually matters because you're both Muslim.
Yeah. Well, I guess they want to wait until, like, the walima, where they do, I guess, what she did with the white dress.
But you guys are probably already getting down. So, I mean...
I actually don't know if they did back in those days. I really don't know, and I don't want to say that because I really don't know. Neither bad, this is a Muslima, we actually don't know.
Anyway, Jenny is Sumit.
Yeah. But I do want to say this about Bilal. I just think that the more you wait, it's just really selfish.
It is very selfish, and it's not keeping your word.
It's just selfish. That's what I just feel,
Yeah.
I just feel it's selfish. You already have children.
Right.
And I think it's a form of control. That's how I feel. Because he already has children, she really wants a child.
Yeah.
And I just think all the stuff he's saying is just an excuse.
Yeah.
Oh, she says the D word and stuff like that. It's just an excuse to control her. And maybe he might feel like, you remember how when he started with Shaida, he came with his wallet.
Right.
Like taking pictures with cars and different things like that. So right there, this is where he was showing that his value of himself is.
Right.
This is how I want you to value me through what I have.
Right.
So to me, that shows like this is someone who doesn't have much self-esteem.
Facts.
That's how I feel. And so maybe he feels like she won't stay with him. You know what I'm saying? So this is a way for him to control her.
Yeah.
Still hold on to her. The longer I take, the more she'll stay with me. And then when it's past the time or something, I don't know. I really hope that he proves me wrong. Because it'll be sad to say someone who is an imam was this kind of manipulative and selfish.
Girl, you already wasting your time. I'll say drop that zero, get yourself a hero.
I was about to say hey, and I was like, okay.
Let's talk about Jelly, Jenny, and Sumit.
Jelly. He was like Jelly and Sumit. I was gonna say, yeah, girl, he like moving you around like Jello. Sumit always has something to complain about.
Hold on, I'm just going to stop you right there. I'm not talking about the nastiness of their sex life. Now, Sumit says she doesn't clean at all.
No, first he started with how she did some cowgirl moves.
Not to say that sex life is nasty, but I don't want to talk about the leaking and the belly button. Like, I'm not even going there.
Okay, but
let's talk about the cleaning.
But can we see this?
I don't want to vomit the mangoes I just ate. I don't. It's still there.
I know, but he started with how because of some cowgirl move she did, which meant she was on top and he was at the bottom.
Wow, right? I don't need details about the sex position.
Just hold on. He's trying to tell her she was so heavy that now my tummy like became, I don't know, disjointed or something, he said, which I'm like, well, it's not really a joint in the tummy, like I don't know what he's talking about.
He is an idiot. He wants to make her feel like she's so fat that she effed up his belly button.
And I think that she's smaller than him. This is what I think.
They're about the same size.
Yeah, and then so I was thinking, I said, oh my god, this disjointed tummy, the tummy's not a joint, but I was like, oh, did he have to go to the hospital? No,
they prayed over.
Someone had to come and pray for him, and now it's better. And then he says to her, so she says, okay, well, we're not going to do any cowboy or cowgirl move. Oh, no, we can do the cowboy, meaning he wants to do it doggy style. That's what I think.
Cowboy is not doggy style.
But the way he moved himself.
I know what if you think about sex positions with something like this. Mom, you're actually traumatizing me because I don't want to be having images about Jenny and Summit having sex positions.
No, but what I'm saying, like this man, he is. This is why he's not with an Indian woman. This is why he's not with an Indian woman.
Oh,
he wants to be trying all these odd things with Jenny. But like Jenny says, I have lived for 60-something years. I actually know probably more than you do. I don't need, to go to this class for them to come show me how to do X, Y, Z. He's always trying to find a way to put Jenny down. That's one thing with him. Then, so okay, they finished with that. Then he gets in the car again. My parents all over again. The mother has said she has disowned you. So I don't understand.
She's not even
talking to you. So I don't know what you mean by my parents, and we have to now come clean house because my parents are coming. Jenny's the one who brings in this money. You're not working.
Yeah.
She brings in the money from her retirement or whatever, Social Security, whatever. You want your house. So why are you not cleaning? Because your tail is not working.
How come you don't clean? You should be the wife.
Oh, she has to know how to be an Indian wife for an Indian husband. Then go marry an Indian. By the way, you were already married to one that you divorced. I don't even know what he was doing on the internet looking for people on a dating app when he was married to this woman.
Mom, Jenny thought he was a white man.
Oh, yes. So this is another idiot.
We have to forget that she was catfished. She was catfished by him, and she still went with it.
Yeah.
So that's why he will still be thinking that she is a dodo bird up until today. Yeah. You catfished me just like how Ed catfished that Filipino girl.
Yeah.
It's over. I'm leaving your ass at the airport.
I know. Oh my god. Yeah. It was too much. Jenny, I don't know how much
free yourself. And he was talking about how you need to clean. Like he had just got, just like Usman, he just got to real both.
I know. It's like, who are these people? Where do they come from?
This is why.
Who are their people?
A younger man will always think that he's the prize with an older woman. That's why I say marry somebody who's relatively your age. Not 20, 18 plus years younger than you. I just, unless they're actually a really genuine person.
Exactly. Because look at Tina Turner and her husband. Like she met him when she was in her 40s, I think. And he was in his 20s. And they've been together now for 40 years? Almost 40 years.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. So he just loved her. Just wanted to be with her. You know what I'm saying? He didn't put her down and all that stuff.
Oh, sure he was.
If we could all be like Tina Turner.
Yeah. But let's talk about the final couple, Yara and Jovi. He is going to work. She has decided that she will not be traveling without him because he is her support system, emotional support system, which I was kind of shocked that he was, especially when he has been talking about her low-hanging trash bags.
Oh,
AKA her breasts.
I don't know, whatever he called them. Yeah.
Empty tube socks or whatever. So I just don't know how a man like that's your emotional support system, but okay, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I guess, maybe he's like this, but maybe in other ways about Ukraine and stuff, he's there for her.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys. There's good and bad in everybody.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys, it's Mary
and Alma.
Remember, just like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below.